Hello everyone, and welcome to my full review of the Phantom 2, or just known as the Phantom. It's set number 75170, comes with 269 pieces, and the age recommendation is ages 7 to 12. It comes with Chopper, Grand Admiral Thrawn, or in this case just Admiral Thrawn, and Kanan Jarrus, who is now currently blinded. Let's take a look at the back of the box. It looks like we have a couple of features, such as firing swing-loaded shooters, loading cargo, and lowering landing gear, as well as raising the canopy. And there you can see Chopper, Kanan, and Grand Admiral Thrawn being involved in a bit of a fight. So now, let's pop open the set and see what we get inside. And thankfully this one is done with tape, which is always my favourite. So back with the trusty Stanley knife, let's pop it open. And here we have bags 1, 2 and 3. We have a sticker manual, which isn't insignificant actually. And for a set of this size, there's quite a lot of stickers on it. And then, unfortunately, we have the instruction manual in a very bad position, which is unfortunate, and it's happened for the last few sets in a row now, and I'm kind of getting annoyed, and I wish they'd stop putting the cardboard back again. At least they'll do it with some of the bigger sets. So, without further ado, I'm going to get into building this set, and I'll be back with a full review. So, now for the main part of the review. Overall, I really like this set, but it comes with a couple of drawbacks, most notably the price. At £40 it is really expensive, and the only way I'd recommend getting it is if it's on half price or if you can get it in the US for $30, which if you do live in the US, you're lucky, that's a great price, and that's what I managed to get it for, because I managed to get it from over there. But without further ado, that's it for the start of the video. Let's get right into the review, starting off with the minifigures. And just before you do that, if you like these sort of videos, then make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. So, taking a look at the minifigures, we have Chopper, Admiral Thrawn, and Kanan. Now in this case it's just Admiral Thrawn for some reason. They haven't got the fact that he's a Grand Admiral quite right. But other than that, these minifigures are great. Chopper is the standard one. His printing is pretty good, though it looks like it's slightly wrapped up on my one and slightly misprinted. But it looks fine from here. And it has nice detail. I love the colour scheme of him. You also have that piece underneath, which is pretty cool, which rounds him off. He's quite plain on the back, but there's nothing there. But I really like the top, where he has that ring around the top part of his head. So let's take him out. Next, looking at Admiral Thrawn, as he's called in the set. But he should be Grand Admiral Thrawn. You can see he does have the golden pauldron things there, but he doesn't have the correct badge, because he should have 3 yellow squares on the top line, I think, or it might be the bottom line. That's the only difference between Moffs and Grand Admirals. And on the back, he looks very cool as well. I really love him as a minifigure in general, and I love how he's got the blue hands and the blue face. It all adds together, and although it's a simple print, it just shows his rank. It's absolutely great, and I really like the cheekbones that he has, because they're one of his defining features in the show, so they really got that right. He carries a pistol. So now him out of the way as well. Looking at blind Kanan here. He has a standard blue lightsaber. He has some dark blue trousers and his classic green and slightly darker green shirt with that yellow triangle in the middle, which is interesting. He has a nice belt, and I quite like the printing where he's got the lightsaber holster down below, and his knee pads are pretty cool. You can't really make out his shoulder pad, which is slightly annoying, but you know, arm printing is quite rare in minifigures. I really like his hairpiece though. You can see his face just under it, and it's a really nicely moulded goggles part for his eye covers now. And I really like how they moulded it rather than doing it as a print. So then you get the face underneath as well as an alternate face where he just looks stern. This gives us an opportunity to look at the back of him. He has a green and slightly darker green top once again. You can see the back of his belt and just regular blue trousers. I like this alternate face, but I think I prefer this face because I think it suits Kanan better. I think the face is great, and I think the hair is also great with this ponytail thing on the back, which is perfect for him. So that's it for the minifigures. So, now for the set itself. Starting off, you might notice that it's covered in stickers. Stickers there, and repeated on the other side, as well as there, and one underneath here, just for good measure. It is a pretty nice looking set all around, and Overall, I think it is a really nice and colourful addition to any collection. It really fits in with the Star Wars Rebels TV show. You may notice it's standing up on landing gear at the moment, so that's because you can have landing gear retracted, and I'll show you how to do that. You just take them and fold them in like this, and repeat the same for the other side, like this, and this. So there you go, there's the landing gear retracted. What you can also do is take the cockpit off. With that taken off, you can put Chopper up here in his seat. You have to straighten him up a bit. And you can put Kanan, once you've taken his lightsaber away, moved his arms up into the right position, into the other seat, like so. Then you can put the cockpit back on, which is a little bit tricky, and you can sail off. And now for the very nicely integrated spring-loaded shooters. You can see there's one there, and one on the other side there. And you fire them by going behind this section and using this very nicely integrated yellow piece, like this, moving it to one side, and then to the other, and that will fire both spring-loaded shooters, which will then come back to me, and not lost. That's a good sign. The final feature of the set is the nicely opening door here, which folds open, and you can pull this crate out. The crate has a very nice Imperial sticker on it, and if we take the lid off, you can see it just contains a couple of thermal detonators, as usual. So that's basically it for the features. I also just wanted to point out, you can lift it up by this part, and it is very nice to swoosh. And it does not feel like it will fall apart. It feels very solid, and it's an overall great looking set. But now let's get into the final thoughts. So, all in all, there's a couple of things I'd like to say about this set. Starting off with the positives, it comes with 3 excellent minifigures. Chopper is obviously a great addition to any collection. Blind Kanan is new, and I really love the way they've done the mould. And Grand Admiral Thrawn is a much loved Legends character. I'm sure this is most of the reason why they decided to drive the price up to £40, which is really painful because this set actually looks beautiful, has some nice features, and it'd make a perfect £25 set. But no, even £30? No, they had to go with £40, which almost ruins it. So now onto the negatives. Firstly, it's a very small set. You really realise this once you put it next to a really good £40 set, such as the AT-ST. And you can see just how much bigger it is, and now Grand Admiral Thrawn looks like he might be winning. That's a really disappointing factor of this set, and I think for the price, it's not worth it. Now, I know what I said, this is a great set and all, but if you want this, then I really would suggest waiting until you can get it either at the US price of $30 or on a half price sale, or at least during double VIP points at a stretch. Unless you're really desperate for Grand Admiral Thrawn and you need him immediately, then I don't think it's worth buying this set. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a really nice looking set. Kanan and Chopper and Grand Admiral Thrawn are all great minifigures, and they all sell for quite a lot now on eBay, because a lot of people want to buy Thrawn separately to this set, but it's just not really worth getting the set. So anyway, that's it for my review. I hope you found it useful, and I hope it helps you decide whether or not to buy the set. If you did find it useful, then please be sure to hit the like button, and if you really loved it, subscribe. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.